Welcome back everyone, my name is Abdullah Gori from Alfa Technology, and in this video we will talk about structure in C++ programming. So we have discussed about function and arrays in previous videos. If you missed this video, you can go on our channel. I will drop the link, all the link of the videos in the description section below. So you can go and watch these videos and learn C++ programming. So in this video we will talk about structure. So what is a structure? By using the structure, we can add some similar variable which have some different data type in a single name. So let's see an example of a structure. So basically, to create the structure, we will say that struct. So this is the keyword to create the structure. Let's say we want to create a structure and we'll name this as book. So after that, we need to open up the curly braces, and here we will declare some variable. In structure we can only declare some variables. So let's say int id, and after that string name, the name of the book, and int publish year. So here we will add the published year. So after that, let's say we have another thing which is boolean and availability. So we have these things. Now we can add another thing which is our double, and we will add price here. So now we can access this book, because you can see that all the data members, so these are known as members, or you can say elements. So all these members are related to your book. So you can create a structure in which you can add all these variables. So these are known as members or elements. So now what we will do, we will create a book variable. You can say object, but object is used for classes. But let's create an variable book. So here we will say book1. We just need to say this, like if we create any int variable, we say int x. So that's how you will say the data type name, which is book, and book1. So it's the variable name. So now we can access everything of book structure. So let's say we want to set something. So we will say book1 dot id, and we can set the value of id, which is equal to 1 in this case. So we will say book1 dot name is equal to, we can say C++, and after that we can say book1 dot publish year is equal to 2020, and we can set the next property, which is book1 dot price. We can set it in any order, it doesn't matter. You can set the value, whatever value you require to set. So price is equal to, let's say, $50, and after that we will set the availability of our book. So we'll say book dot availability. In this case we will say true. Now we can print the data as well. So this thing, so here we are setting. So let me add a comment. So how to set, we can say that setting the value of elements of the book structure. So we are setting the value of elements of the book structure. Now how do we get? So getting the value of elements of the book structure. So here we will get the elements. So now how do we get the element? We will print the data. So we'll say that book id, and here we will call our book1 dot id. So it will print the id. After that we will say book name, and here we will call book1 dot name. After that we will say cout, and here we will say that publish year. So the publish year is in the our book1 dot publish year. So after that we will print the price. So we will say that price is book1 dot price. So we need to say dot price, and after that we will print the availability. So we'll say availability. So we'll say availability, and we will call book1 dot availability. And if we run this program, you will see the data in a good manners. So you see book1 book ID is 1 as we stated, book name is C++, published year is 2020, price is $50, and availability is 1, because in C++ they use 0 for the false and 1 for the true. So if you want to set the availability, like if you want to print that availability is available, so you can say that if, so you can use a if condition. You can say if book1 dot availability. So if the availability is true, it will execute, or this statement will become true and it will execute this statement. So it will say that, we will say here availability, and we don't need to say anything, we will say here available. Okay, and the else part we can say, we will copy this thing, or we can just print that availability, and here we can say not available. So this thing we can use, so this thing we can achieve with the help of if else statements. So you can see that availability is available now. So if I go there and set this false, and if we run this program now, you will see availability is not available. So that's how structures work in C++ programming. So you can create an structure. So let me quickly recap all of whatever we have learned in these tutorials. So first thing, to create a structure you need to use this struct keyword, then you need to name your structure. In this case our structure name is book. After that you need to open your curly braces, and in the curly braces you will define your member variables. So like int id, string name, publish year, double price, and bool availability. After that you will put a semicolon, so it's end the structure. After that we have a main method. In main method we are creating the variable for book. You can say that this is an object, but its object is normally used for classes. You can say variable or object, whatever you want. So here we are saying book and book1. So we are just creating a variable of book class or book structure, as we create a variable int I. So this is same like int I. So just we are replacing the int by book, because book becomes a data type now, and I we are replacing this book1 because we can name anything with the variable. So after that, this thing used to setting, we are setting the value of elements of the book structure. So how do we set? We need to use our book variable book1, and then after the dot we can access any of these variables or elements or member. So here we are accessing id, name, publish year, price, and availability. So you can set whatever you want, but for the book id, because it's an integer, you cannot say it's C++, because you need to set the variable value as its data type. So data type of id is integer, so you can only set integer. So this thing you need to note. After that, if you want to get or retrieve the value of your book structure, how do you get the value? You will say cout. So actually this is just printing the message. Actually you will get the value by this expression. So you will say book1.id. So that's how you will get the value of book1.id, or the id of your whatever name you this value. So that's how you will access book id, book name, publish year, price. And for the availability, we have did a little if condition. So in the if block we are saying book.availability. If the book availability is true, it will execute this statement, otherwise it will execute this statement. So if the availability is true, it will say availability is available, otherwise it will say availability is not available. So that's all from this tutorial. Hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe our channel for more videos. Press the bell icon so you will not miss any new video. And if you have any question regarding structure or any other tutorial that we have covered before, you can ask in the comment section below.